All right, we're gonna get started in just a couple of minutes. We're probably gonna start 1 to 2 minutes after 5:30 our time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We got a lot of doctors joining us this evening. We're super grateful for everyone joining. Please, we're gonna have some time for questions as well during the presentation as well as after. So, and if you have any questions that you want to message me, and then feel free to do that. That way I can go ahead and ask them throughout the presentation. If not, hold on to your questions and ask them at the end, but we're super excited to have you guys join us. We got a good handful of doctors here, so really excited. It's almost that time, but we're just gonna wait a few more minutes just to kind of kick everything off, give some people some time to get into the room here. All right, again, welcome everyone. We're going to start in just a minute here. Thank you for joining us. If you have questions, please feel free to message me in Zoom here. And also I'll be able to document them for the webinar replay so that way other doctors and other team members and staff members could take advantage of hearing your awesome questions. We want to be able to answer all those questions throughout the presentation as well as after. And then if you have any more lengthy conversations, please feel free to save those towards the end so we can have maybe more of a dialogue or discussion as we move forward. So I got a few more doctors joining us. Welcome everyone. This is gonna be a really exciting webinar. We got Dr. Tyler Coles here. He's a marketing genius. He's a legend in the orthodontic space when it comes to marketing. And he's a great orthodontist as well. But he's going to be on here with us, going to be breaking down marketing myths, mistakes, and misconceptions. He has a great track record, and I'm excited for him to introduce himself and share more about him and his success, and a little bit what we do at ortho patients as well. So we'll go ahead and kick everything off here. I'm going to turn the time over to Dr. Tyler Coles with us. Again, any questions, please feel free to message me in this presentation through Zoom. I'll be able to document them and also be able to have them for a webinar replay for those who could not join us this evening. So welcome, and Dr. Tyler Coles, the floor is yours.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us. So like Tyler said, we will be talking about some of the most common mistakes and kind of misconceptions I see with many orthodontists. So it's all the mistakes I've made myself. So it's nothing that, if you're doing any of these, it's okay. I'm going to show you how you can fix some of these items, and with just a small couple changes, you really can have a big impact on your marketing. So for those of you who don't know me, so again, tonight's agenda is going to be going over the common misconceptions, how we can make those small changes, and I will be going over some actionable items you can go home and actually implement today and take those and start making some improvements in your own marketing stuff. But for those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Tyler Coles. I joined my brother's practice here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's been about 13, almost 14 years. So I've been an orthodontist during those last, 13, 14 years. When I joined my brother's practice, we had 2 locations, had kind of a small office. And when I joined him, I had the goal to try to grow the practice. Initially, it was just so I could work full time with my brother. So I was kind of splitting days between working in his practice and working in some corporate offices. So the end goal was just to grow it enough to where I could work full time. As I kind of got into marketing, learning how to do it, it kind of became a passion for me. We grew it beyond just the 2 doctors. We ended up having 4 doctors now. We're looking for our 5th. We have 6 offices. Something that makes us unique is 80% of our new patients come from digital marketing. So almost all of our leads are generated through our marketing efforts. It's not through, dentist referrals or patient referrals. And then just kind of some context, last year, I generated 6,857 new patient leads, and that led to 2,176 starts. So again, we have figured out pretty well how to attract new patients into an orthodontic practice. It's what I do. Currently, I don't practice in the clinic as much. We've been able to hire doctors, so my main focus is marketing my practice and other practices. So let's get into the most common mistakes. So whenever I've worked with an orthodontic client, an orthodontist, a dentist, and first thing I do is I go pull up their website. And if you're an orthodontist, it seems like 9 times out of 10, you have one of these images on your website. So if anybody has seen this image, it probably looks familiar. You maybe have seen it in ads. So this girl is all over the orthodontic world. So that is the one thing that I would recommend that's easy fix is to avoid using stock images on your website and social media posts and ads. And the reason being is there have been studies on this, so it's not just opinions anymore, where they will do a split test. And this is one that I found that I liked. So this is a relief from debt website. And so they did a split test, one with a stock image photo of the lady with the headset, and the other one with an image of the person who actually owns the department and kind of runs it. And so they found that having the real person that actually works in the business had a 34% lift on the results. So again, nothing else changed. All they did was just swap the image, and that had a 34% increase. And so across the board, I've done lots of these tests myself on social media and different platforms where we'll split test a stock image versus a real image, an authentic image. And I would say 99 times out of 100, the authentic image is going to win. So this is just a random website. I don't know this practice. I've kind of made kind of a game of it where I just type in any state and put in orthodontics at the end. The first website that pulls up, I click on it. So that's what I did here. So this was Maine Orthodontics. And so the first thing you can see is a nice stock image of a lady with her daughter. It looks very stock imagey. And, you know, if someone gets to this page, most of the time you're going to know that this is not an actual patient. This is definitely not the doctor. This is no one in the practice. This is just a picture that they found off the website. And if all we did was just take this image and swap it for someone from the practice, whether it be the doctor or an assistant, or even better, like the doctor with a patient, that's going to have an improved result. So this is one of the landing pages that we build for our clients. So this is Dr. James Stork. He's an orthodontist out in Iowa. So this is more the style that I like to go for. So again, they do great images in their practice. They get a lot of these debond photos. And so this image compared to this image, if we were to put those both on a Facebook ad, I would bet, you know, $1 million that this one is going to outperform it every time. And so again, you don't have to be a professional photographer. You don't have to hire a photographer. Most images on websites that we make can be taken with a cell phone. So that's all it's needed. If you have a good camera, if you have nice lights, that's okay. But honestly, like having it look more authentic, more natural. Everybody's used to seeing photos taken with cell phones now. That is going to work more times than not. So you can see the rest of the landing page that we built for this office. You have features assistants with patients or just patients by themselves. It features doctors with patients. Those are the images that we find perform best. And so these are pretty easy images to get. So again, doctor with patient, assistant with patient, patient by themselves, and then just get these consistently, and you're going to be able to get plenty of images that you'll be able to replace every stock image on your website, as well as get all of your social media posts starting to look more authentic. So if you look at professional marketers' social media campaigns or social media ads, you'll almost never see a professional marketer use a stock image. It's like they've done enough split tests, they know that this doesn't work. And so again, when taking marketing advice, I try not to take it from other orthodontists. I try to take it from marketing professionals. So this ad on the bottom is from HubSpot. So they are a marketing company. It's what they do. These other ads are from different individuals in the marketing world. And so if you look at their ads, they never use a stock image. And so I see lots of orthodontic marketing ads on my phone all the time. And 9 times out of 10, they are stock images. And people that are seeing these can kind of spot a stock image just as easy as anyone else. And if it doesn't look authentic, it doesn't look real, you're not going to get this equal amount of response from it. So again, that's a super easy thing to do. If you haven't yet, go look at your website, and anywhere you see a stock image, go write a list of what images you need to capture in your practice. And what I've done in the past is I will do a scavenger hunt. And so I will send out an email to the entire staff and say, okay, we need a picture of a patient at the cookie bar getting a cookie. And we need a patient standing with an assistant in front of the dental chair. And we need a patient playing on the iPad in the lobby. And then I'll send that out and say, all right, anybody who can get me these images will get a $5 Starbucks card. And so by the end of the day, all the images are in my inbox and we have them. And that's the last time we have to talk about it. So that is usually all it takes. Tell your assistants, they all got cell phones. Tell them, just for today, you got to keep your cell phone in your pocket, but you have to go get these images. And that's usually enough to get all the images you need for your marketing.
Yeah. And then if I could share one thing too, Dr. Tyler. So we've worked with a lot of companies, a lot of orthodontists that have asked, hey, should I keep the company that I currently am working with who is posting on my behalf on social media? So there's a couple of things here with what Dr. Tyler is saying. So obviously this applies to all three: your website, social media post, and ads. There's, I've talked to a lot of doctors who say, hey, I'm paying this company that posts on my behalf, kind of generic content, right? Like happy grilled cheese day, happy cupcake day. And they have like these stock images that represent these like national day holidays, right? These small little holidays, I guess you could call them. But what I've seen in my experience working with those offices is when you hire a company to post on your behalf for generic content, Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok, they will actually lower your performance and your visibility because they recognize that, hey, the stock images that you're posting, it's not getting a lot of traction, a lot of likes, comments, and views. So what happens eventually is Facebook says, hey, your page is not popular, so we're going to show it less often, right? So the difference between like what Dr. Tyler is saying is if you have your own patients on there who are getting, likes, comments, and shares, when your community is, talking inside the post of like, hey, I know that kid, I played volleyball with that person in high school. Like that's when pages start to take off and you can start to get organic traffic coming to your office. So when you're using stock content, it could actually ruin your reputation online and lower your visibility. So that's just a little warning out there. There's a lot of companies that will approach you, say, hey, we'll post on your behalf. I would take 2 steps back and really evaluate the situation and say, hey, it's probably easier and best for your practice if you do it internally rather than paying another company to do it for you. Just in our experience, we've worked with hundreds of orthodontists, and usually when they hire someone to post on their behalf, it lowers the page visibility. Like Facebook will almost bury the page to where it's not seen at all if you do have stock content. So just kind of be aware about those companies. You might be working with some, you might know some in the industry, but it can actually hurt your reputation rather than help you. So sorry, Tyler.
Yeah. Oh, no worries. So I'd actually say not posting is better than posting bad content. So if you post bad content long enough, you get put in the social media penalty box where Facebook or Instagram or whatever doesn't want to show any of your stuff. So posting sporadically or not very much, but it's decent, is better than posting a bunch of junk that nobody wants to see. Because again, when you finally get around to posting something good again, Facebook's not going to show it to anybody because it's already kind of put you in the penalty box of nobody likes their stuff. Let's not even, show it to anybody. All right. So next mistake is not having a unique selling proposition. So this is called a USP in the marketing world. And it's pretty simple to understand. It's something about you or your practice that provides a clear reason for customers to choose you over all the alternatives. So it's kind of funny. We work with some clients who say, what about your practice would you like to promote? What can we talk about? And we've had some say like, we're the best, or, we're really friendly. We're family friendly. We treat adults and kids. We do Invisalign. We have a scanner. So, guess what? Every single orthodontist treats adults and kids. They do Invisalign. They have a scanner now. That's not unique really. And then saying you're the best, like, or you're going to make their teeth straight, that's kind of expected that you're an orthodontist, you're a doctor. They expect that the end result will be straight teeth. So we need to find something else to talk about in your marketing besides just that you exist and that you're an orthodontist. So that same website that I pulled the stock images from, they actually had a great example of what not to do. So you can see what sets us apart. We treat our patients as we treat our own family members. So again, we're nice. Most people would probably assume a health professional is nice. Our treatment plans are conservative and based on the latest research. Again, like the average consumer may or may not even care or know what that means. We strive to make our patients understand our recommendations. Our doctors and staff are very open and friendly. So again, we're nice. We like to have fun. So this is about as generic and bland as you can get as far as what sets you apart. If you went to every orthodontist in Maine,
Yes.
I bet they would probably say the
Yes.
same thing. Do you want to mute there, Tyler?
We're getting
Thanks.
some agreements here. I like it.
Yes.
Obviously, yes, this makes sense.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. And so what could we do except or besides this bland, generic content that doesn't promote, sell, or convince anyone? So let me, so again, what not to use is don't promote that you do quality treatment. Because again, like you would assume every orthodontist does quality treatment. At least every orthodontist thinks they do quality treatment. Nobody's going to say I do bad treatment. I find that promoting technology is not something that most consumers really kind of resonate with them. So showing your scanner or showing your light force brackets, you know, maybe somebody would really like that. I think the average person probably doesn't really care. So the only ones I've ever had is Intel's kind of in our backyard, and we get these engineers who super geek out on this stuff. They're like 1% of our patient population, and they'll love to talk about torques and tips and scanners and 3D stuff, and they'll nerd out with this stuff. But the average mom that comes in with like a bunch of kids, like they don't care what type of bracket you use, if it has a door on it, you know, if it has custom wires, custom prescriptions, you know, that's not really going to sell most patients. So again, promoting that we are nice is not a unique selling proposition because you assume every orthodontist, if they're not nice, they should be nice, but that's not something that's going to be unique. All right, so things that I find that work best to promote is these are things that are actually pretty easy, but you just need to talk about them to show that you're different. So years of experience. So if you're a doctor that's been doing this a long time, talk about how many years you've been doing it. If you've won any awards, by all means, talk about them. Have those on your website, have them on your social media, have them on your social media ads. Most people are a Invisalign, Diamond, something or other provider. So even if everybody else is that too, you know, if you're the only one talking about it, then it looks like you are different. So you can highlight your reviews you have. Most people have really good reviews. Make sure that those are front and center. If you have, you know, good payment plans, talk about how affordable you are. So even if you're not the cheapest in town, most people think that braces cost, you know, $5,000 or $6,000. So even if you do payment plans of $200 a month, you know, that sounds affordable to most people, and you can highlight that fact. And then convenience, if you have after school hours, if you have, you know, evening hours, anything like that, make sure that that's highlighted. And then social proof, image, and testimonials. And lastly, kind of highlight your story, what makes you unique. People love, you know, learning about people. And so if you talk about, you know, interesting facts about your story, that's going to resonate a lot more than, you know, we're nice and we do quality treatment and we have a scanner. So here are a few client sites that we've done for clients recently. So you can see the different things that we like to highlight. So again, all the images are images from their practice. That's one thing that we make sure we have. We talk about how many patients we've treated, how many 5-star reviews we have. Even if you don't have more 5-star reviews than anyone else, the fact that you're talking about how many you have will make it sound like you have a lot. And then again, if you do payment plans, even if they're not the cheapest payment plans, $188 a month, that sounds pretty cheap. And then if you have your, you know, awards, recognitions, anything like that, your top 1% Diamond Invisalign provider, let's make sure we mention that. I have a picture of it. And then when you get to the website, you can see all we're getting is unique selling propositions. They have experience. Here's their reviews. Here's how affordable they are. Here's their rewards. And then on your website too, make sure that you put your reviews and testimonials. And pretty much everybody has these. If you go to your Google reviews, all you got to do is go find some good ones, pull them out and put them on the website. And that's super easy to do. And then again, highlight your story, talk about what makes you different and talk about what makes you unique. So, you know, given your background, if you do, you know, things outside of the orthodontic profession, let's make sure we talk about those and highlight them, because that's something that nobody else can duplicate. So again, as far as action points on this, I would go through your website and look to see, do we have any paragraphs like this, paragraphs that we're nice, we do quality treatment, We, treat our patients like our family, and how can we change those and pull these unique selling propositions? Again, we're not being really, we're not having to make stuff up. Everybody has reviews, everybody has experience, everybody probably has some kind of rewards or recognitions. Let's talk about those and highlight those, because when we talk about them, it makes it sound like, again, if nobody else talks about how they treated 11,000 patients, even if that doesn't sound like a lot to you, to the average patient that shows up, they're like, wow, they treated a lot of people. All right, mistake number 3 is most orthodontists' marketing plan is, again, like Tyler was saying, either hiring an agency just to post random stuff to your social media pages, or they just post random sporadic stuff to their social media, and then that's it. So organic social media, unfortunately, for small businesses is not really something we can rely on to get new patients. So for most small businesses, we are what pays for the social media platform. Our ad dollars are what kind of fund everything else. And so, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, in order to get people on the platform, they initially give you a lot of like free reach. So right now, TikTok is getting that way, but initially, if you were on TikTok, you could get a lot of attention without having to pay for it. But now that everybody's getting on the platform, now they're wanting businesses to start paying for attention. And so with Facebook, it's almost impossible. If you just post something to Facebook, almost nobody that actually follows you already is going to see it. It's going to be a small percentage. And anybody outside of those who follow you are pretty much guaranteed not to see it. So again, only a fraction of your audiences will see your posts. Nobody outside of your existing audience is really going to see it. And on top of that, we're competing with professional content makers, people that do this for a living, that this is all they do is create really entertaining organic content. So there are very few orthodontists who manage to make this work. So Dr. Enrique Cruz, who's a friend of mine, he's like the king of TikTok. He does dancing and choreography, and they have millions of subscribers on TikTok, and he gets patients all the time from that. But again, that's like 1 out of 10,000 orthodontists is probably going to figure that out. So there's like the dentist, the braces guy, they're very good at this. They are like the top 1% of the 1%. And for me, I prefer not even to try to compete with them, because that's not really what I do. And so rather than relying on, becoming a content creator and using that as my way to get new patients, I rely on paid ads. So as an example, I was in a new patient consultation, and I was talking with this young girl about an expander, and I showed them a picture of it. Their eyes lit up. They're like, oh, I saw that on the Bentist. So the Bentist is located somewhere in Texas. He's an orthodontist, and he, his social media posts were on the phone of my patients in Arizona. But I looked to see how they found out about our office. They found out about us from my TikTok ad. So again, the Bentist is making great content that plays globally in my market even, but my ads are playing only in my market to my ideal demographic, to people that I want in my office. So for me, that's a lot easier to get my content in front of my patient to show up to my office than it is to create content that has to play everywhere in the world. So one key to paid ads, though, is you need to create ads that look native to the platform. So when we were talking about using your authentic content on your website, using it on your paid ads is also important. So paid ads that look like an ad don't perform as well as ones that look natural and organic. All right, so here are some examples. So the one on the left is an ad that I'm running right now in my practice. It's an assistant with a patient, day she was getting debonded. And this ad here has probably got me 30 patients in the last 2 months. So again, it's not crazy hard. It's a good ad, a good picture, and then this takes them to a landing page. The one in the middle is from a client of ours. So this is Dr. Stork. They just filmed a patient getting their debond, doing the smile reveal. So people probably do this all the time. And they posted it to their Instagram. So I saw it and said, okay, let's grab this. Let's make this into an ad. And this has gotten them, I think, 5 patients this week, just taking this bit of organic content. So again, they're taking this pictures and videos and putting it on their social media. And then what we do is we take that content and create it into an ad. and then push it in front of the people that we want to come into the office. And then on the right, this again was some pictures of Dr. Kane getting an award for best orthodontist in her area. And so we just made a little video showing different flashes of, her getting the award, then different patients smiling. And then we put a little money behind it, and it shows to people in her area, and we're getting patients for her as well. So again, this is what I call paid organic content, where we take stuff that looks like it belongs on the platform, like it's organic content, but then we pay to show it to people that we want to actually come into the office. And this works remarkably well. So this works really well on Facebook.
Yeah, and if I can add something to Dr. Tyler, if you don't mind, I want us to kind of point out something here on these ads. So this is really, really important, because on these ads, it doesn't say sign up for a free consultation like at the bottom, right? So where it says learn more at the bottom, most offices that I see prior to working with us, they've hired other companies or they do it themselves, and they plaster the ad all over that says sign up for a free consultation, get started today. We lean into a lot of the unique selling points, like starting braces at, and save $350. That's, obviously savings and affordability. Obviously $199 a month, like the ad on the right. And the one in the middle, join the Smile Squad, right? Like, we're not like heavily promoting, hey, sign up for a free consultation. We're promoting a lot of unique selling points, making the ad look fun and organic, like what Dr. Tyler's saying. So if you're doing it yourself, or you're hiring other companies to do it for you, kind of watch out, because some of these ads that other companies can create can be too salesy. If they're too salesy, people are going to scroll right on by them, right? So making them look flashy, but also fit in without being pushing aggressive when it comes to signing up for free consultation as the call to action at the bottom. That's really what we're going for, right? You're making people feel comfortable learning about your practice and signing up for a free consultation. On the actual ads itself, it's not super aggressive, just pointing to sign up for a free consultation. Because if you lean that way, you're not going to get a lot of people clicking on your ads, and your ad performance is going to be pretty low. So just our ad strategy compared to many other agencies and other doctors who are running ads that are on their own, they tend to lean more towards, hey, sign up today, limited time special, sign up for a free consultation. We make it look more fun because it's more fun and entertaining. We get more patients in the door, if that makes sense. Dr. Tyler, do you want to share any more about that point that I was referencing?
Yeah. So again, like, if you see this come across your Facebook feed, this doesn't look out of place. These images, these videos are things that would probably pop up on your phone anyway. And so that's what we want, is to make it look, again, authentic, to where it looks like it belongs on the platform, and then it catches your eye. And then, we do more of the selling on the landing page. The ad is just to sell the click. So the whole goal of this is just get them to click on the ad, and then we get them to the landing page, and that's when we start doing more of the selling. Mm-hmm. And so TikTok is a little different beast. So TikTok, it's only videos. We can do images. And TikTok, we have about 3 seconds to catch someone's attention before they swipe and move on. So our TikTok ads, again, have to look like they belong on the platform. So we have lots of different strategies, and we have, creators that just spend all day on TikTok learning what kind of is working right now and what's trending. And based on what's trending, we try to take that little bit of audio or whatever thing it is, this joke or a skit, and we combine that with elements of your practice and your unique selling proposition. So this one on the left is a clip from the office. I'll play it, and you can see kind of what the strategy looks like for TikTok.
Where? Where, Dwight?
Seems like you already know where.
Get started today at Premier Orthodontics for 0 down and payments as low as $79 per month. Click below to get started today at Premier Orthodontics and get the smile you've always been dreaming of.
All right. So again, most people know the office. That catches their eye. They kind of watch, and our logo, our office, everything is flashing in the background. And then you kind of have the unique selling propositions and the call to action at the end. This one on the right, when the Barbie movie was really popular, we were using this one. This ad absolutely killed it when the Barbie movie was going. But then once the Barbie movie wasn't popular, it died. So with these ads, they have to be really quick. We'll go ahead and play this one though.
Me running to start braces for $0 down and only $79 per month at Premier Orthodontics.
Start braces today for 0 down and payments as low as $79 per month. Don't wait any.
So again, it looks like it belongs on the platform. People react, they laugh at it, and it gets them interested enough to go click to learn more about us. So these style of ads we'll use on Facebook, but these are basically the only thing that works on TikTok. You have to, find something that's funny, that's catchy, that jumps out at you, and then those can sell the click to get them onto the website.
Me running to start braces for $0 down and only.
All right. So again, let's go back to the action items, kind of summarize what we talked about. Mistake number 1 is stock images. Again, go through your website, make a list of every image you need to replace, look at your social media, decide, do we need to do better than this? And then make a scavenger hunt for your team and send that out on Monday morning and say, here are the images we need. Everybody go get these by the end of today. If you get an image, you'll get a $5 Starbucks card. So one day you can probably get all the images you need. And then next step is start thinking about what your USP is you're going to highlight in your practice. And most likely you should have multiple USPs. So again, how many years have you been in practice? How many patients have you treated? How many 5-star reviews do you have? That there is like 3 USPs you can highlight. What awards or recognitions do you have that we can talk about? Do you have any kind of special relationships, even like sponsorships? We've done things where, we sponsor Girl Scout cookies and we highlight that as part of an ad. So lots of things can work like this. And then next thing is, if you haven't yet, start using a paid organic strategy to reach new patients rather than just posting on social media and hoping people will see it. So again, with a strategy, take that content that you're probably already posting on social media. Now let's put some money behind it and get it to where that can actually turn into new patients through a strategy and approach. So this is what we do with Ortho-Boost, is we basically take my strategies that I've been using in my practice and we model those and do it for clients that we work with. So we create a custom landing page that's modeled after my website. But again, we look at what are your USPs that we can use, what are your images we can use. My video creators will take videos that have already worked in my practice and we repurpose those for your practice, but also try to bring in elements, again, unique for your practice that works as well. And then our team will implement these strategies. So again, once we get the landing page up, we start running the ads, we optimize them, and then we're constantly changing these out every week. With TikTok, people's attention span is super short. And so you almost have to change the ads weekly in order to kind of keep this going. But when you can do this, again, almost nobody else, no other orthodontists are doing it at this level. And so it makes it really easy to stand out above those in your market because you're the only one that's going to be on TikTok probably, and 2, the only one that's having ads that actually are enjoyable that people will want to see. So in addition to running the ads, we also do new patient follow-up. So Tyler can actually speak a little bit more to the new patient follow-up and what that is all about.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me take some time to share this. So everyone, welcome again. I did have a couple of questions come through. I'm going to answer those. I have Dr. Tyler answer those at the tail end of this webinar. But so what Dr. Tyler is explaining is not only does Ortho-Boost provide TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram for your practice, we will run and maintain everything for you. We'll build the ads. We'll use his video design and creators. He spends, a couple $1,000s a month just getting the best content and quality content out there. And then you're literally hand delivered the best content and we run and manage it for you. After that point, that's not where our marketing stops. Like that's literally where our marketing begins. Building these ads and getting the performance to be able to bring in high quality leads is only the beginning part of this. What happens next is our team of orthodontic professionals who have been TCs and office managers, some, close to 20 years in their life, who are honestly professionals who can walk the walk and talk the talk. They're now going to call, text, and email all the leads within a matter of minutes and add them directly to your schedule. So it's really cool as compared to other companies out there who just deliver leads and will deliver leads to an email inbox or deliver leads to a spreadsheet for your team to follow up with. We understand how that can cause confusion, chaos, and ultimately more headaches. We've been there. We've been in that same situation. We've hired marketers in the past, and we understand that, hey, sometimes that can cause more problems. We understand that team members have a lot on their plate. And so what we bring to the table is a solution that will not only fill your schedule, but bring you ultimately more new patients. So again, just to kind of highlight, I've got a quick story here. We've had an office out in California. I was working with this about two and a half years ago. This was before we had our follow-up team. We would deliver all the leads through email to the team members. And we got like 40 leads in a matter of 2 weeks. So 40 leads. That's a lot of leads that came in a 2-week period. I reached out to his office, super excited, really wanting to know how they were doing. And I asked them a few questions. Number one is like, hey, how many new patient starts do they have? And they said 0. And I asked them, okay, well, have you seen anyone in office? That was my second question. They said, no, we haven't seen anyone. My third question was, well, what's your follow-up process like? And she's like, oh, I only emailed them one time. I sat there for a moment and my heart broke because we put in a ton of hard work, effort, blood, sweat, and tears to get this office a ton of leads. And at the end of the day, the team member that was assigned to follow up dropped the ball. Now she may have had more items on her plate than she can manage. So I don't want to take that away from her. However, the leads aren't being followed up with appropriately. And so I saw the same pattern popping up with many of our doctors at that time. Some doctors were leaving and saying, hey, your services don't work. We're not seeing a good return. And I'd always follow up, like, what's your follow-up process like? And ultimately it comes down to not following up within a matter of minutes. There's actually a Harvard business study out there. I suggest looking it up, but if you fail to follow up within 5 minutes of a new lead coming in, it's a 400% decrease to get them scheduled and ultimately started. 400% decrease. I'm not the best at math, but having a 400% decrease is pretty bad. So social media leads need to be followed up pretty quickly. If they're not followed up quickly, it's not going to turn out really well. A lot of offices will follow up. I just talked to an office who's a legacy client who's still doing some of their own follow-up, and they expressed to us like, yeah, they're following up maybe 1-2 days later. Even waiting 1 to 2 days later to follow up with an online lead is too long. You can't wait that long with the social media lead. People want things now. A lot of these people are consumers from Amazon. They're the microwave society where they want things now and instant. And so if you wait 1-2 days, well, chances are they probably forgot about you, or they went with another office in town, right? So our team members, again, who are orthodontic professionals, TCs and office managers that we recruited, we pay them a good salary plus commission. They will now text, call, email all the leads and add them directly into your practice management software. They're going to collect all the insurance information if possible, which is outstanding, right? And the other cool thing is we're going to get a photo of the front and back of their ID card if possible. If the patient is ready, if they're not driving, or if they have that card on them, we're going to try to get all the information so that way your team can quickly verify. This is one of the coolest parts about our program because we're going to get the lead, we're going to qualify the lead, and we're going to place them on your schedule within a matter of minutes. And then also we're going to call to confirm if it's longer than a week out from their scheduling date. It's a really seamless process. Like basically, I always like to tell doctors who are working with and who are jumping on sales calls, it's like an extension of your practice. Like it's like having a remote team member who's working for your practice, in Texas or, spread out across the states where all they do is follow up for you, right? Oftentimes, we don't guarantee this. They work, normal hours, but oftentimes they're following up in the late evenings, after hours when your team members lock the doors and go home. Another thing is if it's snowing or if it's super hot in Arizona and they're not doing anything in the evenings, well, they see a new lead in, they're going to go ahead and get them scheduled as well. We don't guarantee, weekend bookings, but it does happen very often with our team members. They're hungry and driven for success and they want your office to succeed. And so it's a really great program that we have. So like Dr. Todd was explaining, we get the leads, we qualify them, we call them, text them, email them, add them to your schedule. We have a really routine process that we follow, and it's been really awesome. So we have a tracking software as well. Dr. Todd, you cool if I go into this?
Yep, go for it.
Yeah, so we have a tracking software where this software we actually call out of. We make our calls, texts, and emails out of the software. Your team has access to log in and view this. So everything is very transparent. And so what we do is we move everyone, literally drag and drop. When I say software, some doctors, get a little weird about it. Some staff members hate new software, but this is the easiest software out there on the planet to use. We literally drag and drop the patient to scheduled, and then your team drags them over to pending, observation, and started. This office that's up in Canada, this is like 2-3 months. She had 32 additional new starts in about a 2 to 3 month period. They have 33 leads pending, and they're going through those and they're cleaning that up and they're following up with people, and 22 people in observation. So it's really cool is we take care of everything and we track all of our success. That way it's really transparent for your practice. The number one thing that we want to provide to you is showing you data that you're making a ton of money and you're successful with our products. I get questions all the time from other offices like, I don't know if I'm marketing successful or not. I can't tell if I'm making money from other marketing that I'm paying for. With our services, we give you a dashboard that shows you in real time how much money you've made off our products. What's awesome is like you never have to guess. You never have to guess what's making me the most money. The other cool thing is you could subdivide the categories where you could see, hey, is TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram growing my practice the best, right? We're able to break that down for you to be able to say, hey, TikTok's earning you 10 new patients a month. Let's go ahead and bump up the ad spend for TikTok. So I don't want to go too much into the detail of the software, but I wanted to show this screen to you guys because what we're doing is working. This doctor, funny story, she was really skeptical about joining our services. She's like, I've worked with other companies in the past. She's been burned. Like other marketing agencies failed her, let her down, overpromised, underdelivered. And ultimately she was super scared. She's like, hey, Tyler, I understand you guys have this cool software. I understand you guys do TikTok marketing. I haven't done that yet. And we turned it on and it just exploded for her practice. And now she's a firm believer in what we do and is super successful with our marketing program. So Dr. Tyler, I don't know if you want to hit the next screen for me there. Oh, sorry. If you want to go back, actually, yeah. So on this screen, what's really interesting is we actually get a lot of same day starts as well. As you see, this woman here, we moved her over to the same day start, or she had a same day start with this practice. So you can go ahead and continue it, Dr. Tyler. Move on from that slide, but I want to show you those two slides as well, just because what we're doing is working. We're getting into you give us access to your software, whether it be server-based or cloud-based. We get access, we add them in, boom, everything's good. We're HIPAA compliant. We sign a BAA with our clients, and our software also has a business association agreement as well. So everything's HIPAA compliant. Again, it's like having a remote team member always working for you, always scheduling on your behalf. And you never have to worry if a lead's going to fall through the cracks. The number one thing that I kind of stress with a lot of doctors, like, hey, if you're going to pay for marketing, you want to make sure it's working, and you want to make sure that the leads are being followed up quickly. If you're paying for marketing and no one's following up with the leads, you probably shouldn't be paying for marketing. You want to make sure that those leads are taken care of quickly and added to your schedule. And that's what we do. And that's what we deliver.
So just kind of summarize what, Ortho-Boost does. For part of our service offering is we create your TikTok, Facebook ad accounts. We set up all the pixels, conversion events, landing pages. Then we run our pre-tested TikTok and Facebook ad campaigns for your practice. And we go in and do weekly maintenance. So almost weekly, we're changing up ads on your account. So this is exactly how I do it in my own practice. Is every week I do new ads, I test new stuff. What was working, I increase budgets over here. If it's not working, I kill this one. And so we do the same process for our clients, is that we're constantly maintaining and monitoring, making sure that these are successful. And then like Tyler said, when we get leads, we follow up and schedule every new lead into your software that we acquire for your practice. So that way we close the loop. We make sure that, this money that you're spending to get attention actually turns into a new patient in your chair. And that's, obviously the only thing that matters at the end of the day is, do we get new patient starts by investing in marketing? Do we get a return on our investment? So that's why we offer a 90-day ROI guarantee, where if we can't get you a return on your investment within 90 days, we will refund your management fee. And luckily, so far, we've never had to do this because, again, when we follow our systems and our protocols, use our tested ads, following all of our marketing principles, and we follow up and schedule them in your practice, we pretty much can't lose money when we do it this well. Because again, this is how I grew my practice from 2 to 6 locations, starting thousands of patients every year. Is we have a system and a protocol we follow, and then we just try to implement that same system for other clients, and then customize and optimize as needed for individual clients. So if this sounds like something that, again, you're interested in, want to learn more about, head over to our website. It's ortho-boost.com. You can click on the big red button on the homepage. You can schedule a call with Tyler, and he can go into more of the details. As far as like costs and things like that, Tyler can get into more of that. It kind of depends on the size of your practice, how many locations you have, and how big your footprint is. And then there's a few other factors. But like I said, the total cost, again, for me, like marketing is investment in your practice for growth. As long as we get an ROI, like in my own practice, I don't really care how much it costs, as long as I make more money from doing it. And that's kind of the bottom line, is as long as I put $1 in and get 5 out over there, it doesn't matter how much I put in on the front, as long as more comes out on the back. So that's what our ROI guarantee is we want to make sure that you are getting a return on your marketing dollars. So at this point, I'll go ahead and open up for questions. If there's any that have come through, we can chat about those.
I got three. If I could just share a quick point though before I ask the questions that popped in. Just to go back on the 90-day money back guarantee, you know, we challenge doctors to shop around and search around and find the best marketing programs that fit their office's needs. I haven't met another agency, another marketing company that has a money back guarantee. That's only 90 days, right? Like it's a 90-day commitment. There's no long-term contracts, which is really nice. And doctors who love us, they stay with us long-term. You can cancel, quit, or pause anytime after 90 days. But we only had a refund, I think like one doctor. And you know, it was kind of a one-off experience that was a little bit interesting. And but out of all our doctors, you know, our doctors have really great success, and that 90-day money back guarantee, it's a really great risk-free investment for your practice, which is really nice. And so having a risk-free investment for your practice, I would take that any day. And so we put that as one of our unique selling points because we want doctors to trust us. Many doctors who now work with us had previously worked with 5, 6 other marketing companies, you know, in the last couple of years, and they don't really want to jump into something new. Hearing about us and hearing about our money back guarantee, it really opens the door for them to trust another marketing company and see better results than they've had over the last couple of years. We actually just signed up a Dr. Basiri out in Raleigh, North Carolina. She worked with the company. It was a 3-month, she worked with them for 3 months. I'm sure it was a longer contract, but she got out of it. In 3 months, she had 0 new starts. She wasted thousands and thousands of dollars on marketing and ad spend and saw no return. And now she saw us, and this is like a couple, she just signed up with us, but she said, hey, Tyler, because you have a 90-day money back guarantee, I'm going to trust you. I'm going to move forward with you. So, you know, we challenge you to look around. I don't think you'll find another person, another agency with a 90-day money back guarantee that will truly help grow your practice. And so with that being said as well, you know, go ahead and book a call. Dr. If you want to go back to that slide, I'd love to share more with you guys, share more in detail about what our services include and how we can help grow your practice at an individual level. Another thing when it comes to pricing, there's a $500 off discount if you guys do sign up from this webinar. And even from the webinar replay, we welcome those who are going to watch this replay in the future. If you do get started with us and sign up for a strategy call, and if you feel like this fits your practice's needs, there's a $500 off the setup fee, which is awesome. And I honestly do think you guys will be surprised when it comes to our pricing as well. Our pricing model, we want to be able to deliver high value at a low cost. There's a lot of other agencies out there that charge $5-10 grand a month just for the agency fee without the ad spend. I want to let you know that we're way less than that. We're an affordable agency to be able to deliver great quality patients at a low price, and we want to keep our clients long-term. And so I think you guys will be genuinely surprised at the cost for the value that you can receive with our programs. I did have 3 questions. The first one, Dr. Tyler, that came in, that was message was, what should I focus on first? Should it be my website or social media?
I would say the website, just because that should be pretty quick. Again, if all we're talking about is swapping out images, just go do that like tomorrow. Like there's no reason to wait. Like, and any, you know, people that you're attracting, whether it be word of mouth, dentist referral, or social media, most of them end up on your website at some point. So, you know, why not just go get that fixed up? At least the homepage. Go get the homepage, you know, get some better images, and then highlight your unique selling propositions. So obviously most doctors probably aren't doing their own website like I do. So for me, that would be like a 10 minutes and I'm done. Like for you, it might take like a week of emailing whoever runs your website. But I would say like, go do that next week. Like that's something that should be pretty easy. And then by all means, those same images that you're putting on your website, just go repurpose those for social media. Like if you're going to do organic posting. But again, like organic posting by itself kind of is like, you know, spitting in the ocean, where there's not really going to make a big effect. You put it out on social media and it just kind of goes there to die unless you put some money behind it. So again, I would say like, if you really want to do it right, you know, go schedule a call with Tyler. We can talk about how we can actually help you do it correctly. But yeah, your website, that should be pretty quick and easy. So easy thing to focus on.
That's cool. The second question is, do I have to record content or videos for TikTok?
So if you don't love doing video, you don't have to. So we do have options where a lot of our offices don't love to record videos. So what we do is we take videos from our creators, just like you saw with like Barbie running, and in the background we have, you know, pictures of your office. So that may be enough. So again, you can probably get some pictures of your office, pictures of your lobby, pictures of the clinic. And if you can just get those items, then that at least gives us enough that we can make it authentic to you. if you are an office that likes to do stuff on camera, that's willing, like by all means, we'll try to incorporate that into our ad strategy. But we have enough ads and content and different things that we can make successful ads without having to, ask you to dance or do things that you're not comfortable with. So me personally, I'm not in very many of our ads. If you saw my ads, it's usually my assistants. They're better looking than me. So I like to feature them, those who are comfortable on camera. But yeah, there's not going to be any dancing or, things like that in my TikTok ads. So
yeah, I'd probably say about 95% of our offices, they don't send us any video content for the ads. They'll send us photos to be able to incorporate into the actual ads itself. But 95% of our doctors, they allow us to use our creative, our editors, our videos, and then it works out really well. The doctor that we showed, the 32 new starts, she did record, I believe, some videos and also send in some unique photos of herself to add in, to put in the ads, and that worked out really well. So you can record videos if you want, but most of our doctors do choose to allow us to use our video editors. The last question is, which source gets the most patients? Is it Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram?
So it is going to depend a little bit on your area, and we don't know until we try it out. So in my practice last year, my ROI on TikTok was higher than Facebook, which surprised me. So I spend a lot of money. I spend tens of thousands of dollars on my social media ads, like monthly. And over a 12-month period, TikTok actually outperformed Facebook for my practice. So for our clients, I would say probably most of them, Facebook is probably the winner still. If you're like small rural area, it tends to be Facebook is the better performing one for paid ads. If you're in more of like a area like Phoenix with a big population, a big urban center, TikTok really works. So again, we run them on both, but then each week when we look and see like which one actually gave us the best performance, which one gave us the best ads, if I see like Facebook's killing it for this client, then we might shut down TikTok and put the entire ad budget in Facebook, or vice versa. Or we might do like an 80-20 depending on how things are performing. So yeah, if you're a small town, I would lean Facebook, but I would test TikTok just to find out. And if you're urban, I would go 50-50 until you know for sure, which one's going to be the best performer.
Cool. That was the 3 questions that were messaged me already. Were there any other questions from those in attendance live tonight? Any other questions? Feel free to unmute if you want to ask a question. Awesome. Well, we thank you guys so much for joining us. It's been an awesome webinar. I hope that we were able to clear up some misconceptions, some marketing myths out there. Our goal is to help make your practice successful, whether you use our services or not. We want to make sure that you guys have a clear understanding of what's kind of working and what's not working, and what to avoid. We see a lot of doctors going down different paths. We're like, hey, that's probably not the best path. And you're paying a marketing company to post on your behalf. We definitely don't recommend that. We want to make sure that you guys understand these marketing truths to be able to move forward and make the best decision for your practice, regardless if you use this or not. But if you guys are interested, we do have a done for you service, which includes Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram ads, as well as a follow-up team that will follow up and schedule with all your leads within a matter of minutes and add them directly to your schedule. If you guys do want to talk more about that, we do have a $500 off promotion for those who joined live, as well as coming in for the webinar replay. Feel free to go to ortho-boost/start to be able to request a free strategy session with myself, and Dr. Tyler will join if he has the time. But I'm super excited. I hope that we're able to talk with you guys in the future and be able to grow your practice. If you have any questions at all when it comes to marketing, whether you want to use this or not, feel free to reach out. We're an open book. We want to make sure your office is successful moving forward. Like I said, whether you use us or not, but we're super excited. And thank you so much for joining us on this webinar, and hope to see you on a strategy call here soon.
All right. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a good night.
We'll see you. Bye.